How you doing, everybody?
Hello. Like I do every week, Ken, can you hear me? Excellent. See, you didn't verbally respond to me, so that scared me for a moment. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to our Sketch Mondays. We have a really great show for you tonight. We have a lot of really cool stuff, and let's see. I don't know. With no further ado, let's introduce our guest for the night, Mr. Sam De La Rosa. Here,
Hey, how's it going?
Sam.
How you doing?
What's going on? How's everybody doing? What's going on, buddy?
I thought I'd start doodling on this little thing here. So
Oh
I got,
yeah.
I got this book. They only made 3,000 copies, and I'm using it kind of as a sketch cover for that space right there. I'm doing a little Venom, little headshot in color. So I've got that. That's what I'm working on right now. Hopefully somebody will like that.
Yeah. So yeah, Sam's got lots of incredible stuff for you guys tonight. We're not just doing sketches, as you can see on the bottom of the screen. He's going to be doing pencil head sketches. We're going to be offering tonight for $75. They're going to be on comic backing boards, or for $125. He'll do them on sketch covers, blanks. He's got a ton of blanks. But we also have a lot of really cool special stuff. He's got some, limited edition covers. He has a pop doll he's going to be offering up. He's got a painted cover that's like a half. I mean, this stuff is awesome. Just wait till we put it up. You guys will be able to claim it. We got some sketch cards. We got all kinds of great stuff. But I think we should start off, Ken, with the rules.
Absolutely.
Let's put the rules up. All right. So for anybody who's been with us before or anybody new, these are the rules. We have a live sketch claim show. We take them in the order that we see them on our screen. Everybody's internet's a little bit different, it's a little bit faster. And what the great thing about YouTube and Facebook is they try to make you feel like everything's as interactive as possible. So the second you type something in, it puts it in on the screen in front of you. That's not necessarily the actual order. We get the actual order. So please, if you get a claim and you think you got it, we're going to announce who actually got the claim. And I promise there's no funny business going on. If we get multiple claims, basically more than 3 for any one claim, we'll put everybody's name on a wheel and we'll do a little spin wheel. We want to make it fair. We don't want people with the fastest internet to be the only ones who get stuff. We know things can happen. If you want to speed up the process, if you email the 4ccomic@gmail.com or you message Ken on Facebook, he can get all your information so he can get you the invoice faster, so you can pay faster, so you can get your piece faster. And then basically you got 7 days to pay. And if you don't pay before those 7 days are up, you may be forfeiting your right to claim in the future. And we want everybody to get great art. So just, pay us as quickly as these artists do these sketches. Oh, that's a mouthful. And be nice, and everybody be kind. And let's see. Before we get started, Ken, do you want to go ahead and do a little, I don't know, maybe. Oh, there it is. Let's see who's first. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, while we wait for that, Sam does have a ton of stuff to offer.
Still working on this. Still working on that. Got some color on there. Got Venom and got the tongue. Now I'm going to do some drool and do some more stuff on it.
Well, there we go. We got our first claim of the night. Is Dustin is going to win the claim. He's got a Venom head sketch on a comic board. So we'll do that one up. And but before we get started on that, I wanted to show everybody all the stuff that Sam has to offer you guys, just so you can. And we'll do this a couple times during the show because obviously everybody's not going to be on. So Sam, if you want to show that stuff, I'll let everybody know how much it costs and what they get and all that great stuff. And so,
Sam, we have a hello from Anna Zoe. She says she'll see you in Mega and Planet.
Oh, hi, Anna. How's it going? I got this. So I started it. Mm-hmm. It's not complete, but you can see I got color on Venom. I got some blue. I got some red. I'm going to put some drool all over the place.
Sure.
Put a little bit of spider webs on there, and I'm going to sign it. So I've got that.
And those are one of 3,000, and those are going to be $85 a piece if you guys want one, just like he just showed it to you with the sketch on it and everything, okay?
Yeah, so they only published 3,000 copies of these a few years ago, so it's been sold out for many years. I've got a few copies. I use them as blanks. There's some white space there. That's an invitation for me to draw something on there. So I got that. And I've got another similar one. This one, they only made 1,500 copies.
1,500, exactly. And that one's out of print too, correct?
Yeah, it comes with its own COA. And again, I'm going to do a little Carnage in that area right there.
Sure.
So
Yep.
just
And
like
those are
Venom.
absolutely. And those are going to be $100 a piece, just to let everybody know.
Yeah. So just the book alone is cool to have because it is a variant, one of only 1,500. So I got that. Let's see. And next up is that painted piece.
All right, check this out. All right, so basically, if somebody wants this,
I gotta take it out of the bag. That's right.
yeah, oh yeah,
Too
take it
much
out of the
glare.
bag. Show it, let people see it. So
Too much
everything,
glare.
both faces, he is hand painted on there. So both halves of the face. So he did the Spider-Man and he did the Venom on it. And how cool is that? So this one, it's the only one he has done already. It's signed on the side. This one is it's $175, and that can be yours. It's already finished. It's on that comic. This is a comic he worked on. It's one of those 25th anniversary Web of Spider-Man hologram ones. He found that. He makes white space where there is no white space. I like this.
Look, it's 3D. Look, it looked like it's coming at you, right?
Exactly. So if anybody wants that one's $175, and you can claim
I got that. Oh, and it will come with a COA. So all my stuff, you'll get a hand signed COA.
Excellent.
So that's a cool plus right there. I got that. Let's see. My favorite is Venom Lethal Protector #1. So I sign and sketch on them. Here's a copy. Oh, again, plastic bag. Looks good in a shiny plastic bag, but on camera, it's too much glare.
There you go. So you
there
can see
is a big Venom headshot. I'm trying to angle it different angles. So
it's
there's
definitely a lot easier to see in person. It's a lot easier to see in person than it is
just
on
over.
There it is.
Well, there it is. There it is.
Nice.
Right.
It's really big. Venom side shot. A lot of drool. Big signature. First edition. Venom Lethal Protector #1 in very nice shape. The book is, unread. Very nice shape.
Beautiful.
And again,
and
COA is included. Yeah.
And that one is $100. If anybody wants that one, it's $100 for that.
Got that.
All right.
I also have this book and also long out of print. So I draw a
look at that
Spidey in a silver paint.
It's beautiful.
You can see that really big. Covers the whole eye. Just trying to get the right angle. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Right there.
Those are gorgeous. Those are only a limited number of those two, and those are I love the mosaic. That's a great one.
I have a few copies of that, so that's available.
Yep, that one's going to be $100. That's $100 also. If anybody's curious, that one's $100 for that Spider-Man 700.
You mentioned the mosaic, so this is a book that they only published 3,000 copies a few years back, long out of print. So I take them and I put a Venom head sketch right there, so you can see that.
Yeah, this is popularly known as the shattered version of the Venom Lethal Protector.
It's an homage cover to Venom Lethal Protector, and I've got copies of that, so that's available. I got a few. Yeah. So I got that.
One's going to be, and that one's $85. If anybody wants the shattered one, that one's $85. And all the ones, these are all comics. They're going to come autographed from them. They're all going to have a little remark on them. So, and that price includes that. Includes the remark and the signature and the certificate of authenticity, which is really cool.
Jeff, you want me to show one of the two sketch covers that I finished?
I think you should. These are, guys, this is all right. So everything that Sam does tonight is going to be in pencil. These are way more detailed than the ones he's going to be able to do tonight, but these two are available. So check this out. Inspired by a show that was just on Disney Plus. Check these out.
And I worked on this character for Marvel. So there's a big pencil drawing. It is a Walt Simonson homage cover by the creator of Throg, Walt Simonson. Go. So I got that.
Exactly.
I only got one.
So we got one of those, and that's a one of a kind, and that's going to be $250 for that one. If anybody wants that, that is available. And then we got one more.
I got a twinsy. I got a twinsy. So similar,
but different.
Yep. There he is.
That's another homage.
Long shot, and then let's get really close. Again, Walt Simonson, the creator of Throg, right there. Walt once helped me on a comic book story. He finished the a panel for me up at Marvel because I didn't have time. So that's what it looks like.
But once
Super
again,
tight.
Yeah.
very
Right.
tight pencils. Yep, and that one's also $250. If anybody wants
Same
either one of
price.
those, they're both $250.
Same price. And let's see what I got. Oh, Jeff, I forgot to show you this, but this is the same price range, same deal as the 2 sketch covers. So I started this. This is huge. This is on 12 by 18. It has a pre-printed title and trade dressing on this, but I've started a huge Spider-Man drawing.
Look at that.
Old school, Peter Parker with the round glasses.
Sure, a little
he had in
face.
62.
Yeah.
He had these in 62. So this is the same price as the sketch covers, but it's huge.
Yep,
12
$250
by
for
18.
12 by
This
18.
is
Wow.
pre-printed. This is pre-printed. So is the Comics Code Authority label, and so is this stuff pre-printed on a board. But I penciled that character.
All the figure and the spider.
Half and half.
That's
all
awesome.
on Steve Ditko. So I can finish that. Same price as the Thor Throg drawings. I got those.
Absolutely.
And
Wonderful.
as we mentioned, I've got blanks. So I could do a sketch on that. I've got that one. And I've got this one. And I've got just about every character you can think of. Just about. Oh, I could do that.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that, Ken. I can do that for you guys.
Awesome.
That is in my trusty silver paint pen, my favorite, right there. So I can do that.
And you also have a Batman book too that you worked on.
Yes, I got that right here. So I have some work in this book, and I just draw right on the cover. It's not a blank, but still I do a big Venom. I'm sorry, a Batman. Head sketch. There he is, really big. This is from 1989. And I got a few of these, so if more than one person wants it, I could get it done.
Absolutely. And he worked on that book, and those are also going to be $100 with the remark and the COA and the autograph.
Huge.
And all that
It's just a big drawing there from way up here. Oh, actually, yeah, from there to there. And I see I didn't sign this one, but I will sign it. I'll sign it right above Batman. So I worked on Batman since 1982 for DC Comics. So I got that. Let's see what else.
Oh, and then the sketch cards too, people. This is a treat.
They are hard to see because I just blue penciled them, which is how I start my drawing. I just lightly draw in blue pencil, not a fancy blue pencil, just a Crayola color, pencil. So I start lightly with that. And I'm going to hold this up to the camera and see if you can see it. It may be very difficult, but there I've lightly sketched a screen. So I hope you guys can see it, but I've sketched a lot of characters here. I've got maybe 30 cards here that I've sketched different characters on them. For instance, here is a symbiote Spider-Man. Again, just laid out in blue pencil. I will finish that nice and tight. I got a Spider-Man. Worked on a lot of Spider-Man comics. I actually worked on quite a few Judge Dredd comics in the 80s and 90s. So I got a Judge Dredd layout right there. You can see that. Obey the law, citizen. Look at that. Got that. So I got a bunch of them. I got Hulk. I got Deadpool. Deadpool is about the only character that I didn't get to work on for Marvel. I worked on all the major characters at both Marvel and DC. So, here's something interesting. I hope you guys can see it. It is half Stan Lee, half Spider-Man.
I can see it. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So again, it's lightly blue penciled. It'll be tightened up if anybody wants that. I got those, and I've got a whole bunch of them. I don't know, Jeff. Do you want me to keep showing them?
No, you're gonna think they got the gist of it. He's got a bunch of different characters on there. He's got Rhino, a whole bunch of people, and they're kind of already pre-sketched out. So if you wanted to get one of those, you can always we can always figure out if what characters he's got. He's got, like I said, there's like 30 or so cards, so he's got a bunch of different characters sketched out. And those are going to be $75 a piece if anybody wants one of those sketch cards. So
they're going to be super tight. They're going to be super tight, Jeff, and they're on my my own stock. So see, it's got the front of it looks like a Marvel cover. You see, it's got all the printing of a Marvel cover, but it's a little trading card. And on the back,
it's got the little lethal protector. Where is it? That little box. Where am I at?
Right there. So I had my own special cards made, so I got that.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, there you go, and we'll go through and some of that stuff a little bit later, and we'll put it up on the 4C site afterwards, though. So if anybody wants that doesn't see it or wants it afterwards, we can always set that up on the site too. But for right now, we want to start. I guess we'll just start off on that Venom sketch on a blank. So he wants a board. I'm sorry, he wanted it on a comic book
board. Okay, you could have it on that. Look nice, or you can have it, on a board.
Yeah, he picked a board, so I guess we'll just go with a board.
I will do that.
Right. Now these sketches are going to be headshots. They're going to be about the size, a little smaller than like an open hand or a little bigger than a fist, or they're just normal size headshot.
Yeah, and I'm just going to go straight to a black pen. We'll see what happens here. That's what I'm going to do. I'll try to make it a little bigger than that.
Yeah. Absolutely. So Sam, you said you worked on Batman from '82 to
yes, since 1982. So my first regular assignment for DC Comics was to work on World's Finest, and my first editor was the famous Julius Schwartz. So he goes way back in comic book history, and he was my first editor at DC Comics. So I got to do World's Finest for him and work on Batman and Superman. And I remember it guest starred Wonder Woman. So you can't beat that.
Oh, yeah, the big three. Yeah, man. That's awesome.
A lot of nice characters in the book I worked on. So can't beat that. I was just very happy.
That's awesome. How did you, did you work for DC before you worked for Marvel?
Yeah, just a few months before. So I kept sending in samples to all the companies. So besides Marvel and DC, there was another company called Charlton Comics, and also Red Circle Comics, which was an imprint of Skywald. They were Skywald comic books in the 70s. They had a whole lot of characters, and a lot of them were drawn by artists that were also working for Marvel. They just got a better deal working for Skywald, and Neil Adams worked for them, Larry Hama, Pat Broderick, just a whole lot of artists. And I just submitted samples to everybody that was out there, and it just took a little while for me to finally get work. Well, I lived in San Antonio, so nobody told me that they really weren't going to hire me since I couldn't walk in and deliver the work. They couldn't take a chance on the mail system. Packages of artwork had gotten delayed or lost, and that's why in the 70s you would see a reprint issue in a current title that you expected, a whole new story. And that's because something was lost or delayed.
Right.
And they had to do that. So it wasn't until FedEx was created and used by both companies that they became a reliable company, and that opened up, the whole United States to various artists.
Right. And then the first book you worked on for Marvel, what was that?
Well, it was a Hercules book. I was at a guest at a comic book convention. that summer in '82, and Bob Layton was also a guest, and
Right.
he saw what I was doing, and he liked that. And then when he needed help with his book Hercules at Marvel, the first Hercules miniseries, I'm told, in the world, he asked the editor if I could help out, and I helped him out with a chapter. So he
That's
laid
awesome.
it out, and I finished it, and that got me in the door at Marvel, and just got lots of offers and work after that.
Yeah, that's great. That's actually a good segue because somebody in the chat asked if you had a Hercules sketch card already sketched out of those little cards you had.
I don't, but I can do one. Yeah,
You can do one. There you go.
I can do one. I've got some blanks. I don't have them right here handy, but
Sure.
I do have some blanks, and I could do Hercules.
There you go, Steven. So there you go, Steven. If you want one of those, just let us know, and we'll do it for you. You might not do it live on the show right here, but we'll make sure you get it, buddy. He gets a lot of great stuff from us. He's a good.
And I'm working on a Big Venom sketch. It's just
There you go.
barely on there, but
Yeah, it's coming.
I'm working on it. I'm
Good
not
on.
the fastest. I've seen some artists, boy, they're speed demons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just pretty slow and meticulous.
Listen, we have all kinds on this show. We've got guys like Larry Stroman who can knock out a page and of artwork 11 by 17 half figure in like 15 20 minutes easy, and you're just like and then we got guys. We had Craig Hamilton was on a couple weeks ago, and he puts a lot of small details into his stuff. So he was only able to do. He did 2 headshots in about 3 hours. So it's just like it just depends. Everybody's different, but they all turn out great stuff.
I've seen their work. They're just excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent professionals.
Oh yeah. I forgot to tell you, Ken. Craig Hamilton sent me a couple of the pieces he's working on already for the commissions he took a couple weeks ago. I'll have to show them to you later. I forgot he sent me the bones of them, the start,
Nice.
the nice beginning. So I'll have to show those to you. I haven't getting around to that yet.
Excellent.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So then you did. Go ahead.
Yeah, it usually takes me about 15 minutes to do one. I like to put in as much stuff as I can so people get their value.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm up to. Just trying to doodle on here.
Absolutely. Linda wanted to know if you saw
can.
the new trailer they have a new trailer came out today for the Let There Be Carnage. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I saw it. They showed a whole lot more stuff. Super excited about that. When the director, Andy Serkis, announced that he was directing the movie, he used a cover that I worked on, issue number 6 of Venom Lethal Protector, to showcase that on his Instagram. So that was very exciting that he chose that to announce that he was the director of Let There Be Carnage, second Venom movie. So very cool.
Yeah. Stephen wanted to know if he thought you think the Hercules would look better on a sketch card or on a comic book backing board. Which where do you think it would look better?
Well, it'll be bigger on
the board.
A 7x10 board, a headshot. So it just depends. I know the fee is a little different. So whatever you're comfortable with,
Oh yeah. We actually have them at the same
that.
price. We actually have them at the same price. So I think that's why he was wondering.
Oh,
which one
okay.
would look a little better. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. So you can pick, Stephen, whatever you. But once again, he's not. We're not putting that next on the list yet. We're not doing another claim yet, are we, Ken?
Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet.
Take that claim thing off the screen, Ken. What are you doing?
I didn't even notice it was up there.
But if you decide you want to get it done live, you can pick either one. If he's got a sketch card handy and you decide to do the sketch card, if you win the claim, he'll do it for you. But the cool thing about a lot of the stuff that we showed earlier and talked about is we'll be able to offer it after the show for anybody who isn't able to get a claim tonight. But we're going to try and knock out as many of our loyal customers here as we can.
How's my time? How long have I been doodling on this?
Well, like 5 minutes because we talked showed off some stuff for like the first 15. So you're doing great on time. You're doing great.
Give me another 5 minutes and we'll see what I got.
Yeah, exactly.
So Sam, you're going to MegaCon in Orlando?
Yep, that's the middle of this month, right?
Yep.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah,
Yep.
week after next.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
be-
I'm at a show just about every weekend, so I really don't look into it until the week.
I think
So I know I'm not at MegaCon this coming weekend. I'm in Roanoke, Virginia. I
Mhm.
think they call it Big Lick Comic Con. So I'm there this coming weekend,
I
and
think
then
we're only a few tables apart at MegaCon.
I'm at MegaCon.
Yep,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I have no idea where I'm going to be at MegaCon. I haven't seen their layout. Have they put out a layout yet?
Well, I know Kevin who's doing the layout, so I asked him for a map and he gave it to me.
All right.
So I
Yeah,
found
so-
out where I was. And I looked
yeah.
where everybody else was, and you were like
Well,
two tables down. I think.
I hope he puts me at a corner. I do a show in Dallas, and I always get a corner spot because I have a big print display, and it always goes wider than the usual space, a 6-foot table. So hopefully I can still do that, and I'll be at a corner spot and have a little more room. So
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's impressive. MegaCon is impressive. I thought the Dallas Fan Expo was huge, but MegaCon much bigger in Orlando.
Oh yeah.
I think even Shamu showed up.
Yeah, we'll be making that's our first live con appearance will be at MegaCon. So we're going bigger, and we're not planning on going home. So we're gonna definitely show up with some force. We got 5 artists coming down with us, and yeah, like I said, we'll have to definitely get together and say hi in the real world.
I'll be there. I hope people will come up, say hello, see what I got. I bring a lot of stuff, so I bring more stuff than I can possibly fit on the table. But you know, it doesn't hurt. I sell a few things, and then I'll put some different things out. So I'm looking forward to MegaCon.
Awesome.
So are we. Trying to be as ready as we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys are everybody's going to be shocked by the amount of stuff that we've got and the diverse supply of things that we have to offer. Ken and I are just finishing up some really cool stuff that we're going to be offering, and where we were actually working on it right before we came on live. So you'll have to stay tuned to see that stuff.
Yeah,
Well, I'm just adding more stuff to it.
Right.
So I've added some webs here. I'm going to have a little dangling
Mhm.
spider. Got some webs on the other side right there. So I'm just moving the pin around as much as I can, getting stuff on there.
Sure.
and for our loyal viewers, unfortunately, with MegaCon next week, and then I follow up MegaCon, I go to Planet Comic Con, which I think Sam's in also.
You know, I'm
In
not
Kansas
going to be
City.
at Planet Comic Con. I'm somewhere else. I can't remember where. It's on my website, samdelarosa.com. But I've heard good things about that show for many, many years. So you're going to be at a good show.
Yeah. So tomorrow we're having David Williams on. David wanted to do a live show because he's not going to be able to make it to MegaCon. But that's the last show we're going to have for the next 2 weeks. So unfortunately, you guys we love the fact that you're coming on and you're supporting the page and everything. But we're going to have to take a little respite while we knock out 2 shows really quick back to back. And then, but we'll be back right after that. And hopefully we're going to have a whole great lineup of people, because part of the thing about going to MegaCon and Planet Comic Con is going to be getting more talent to do exactly what Sam is doing. Get on the page, get on the channel, and do some lives.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I got this
and
so
we
far.
look at that thing. Check that out.
And then I'm gonna start putting a little color because I still got some time. I haven't used up all my 15 minutes, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll just
Nope, not even close. You still got at least another 5 minutes or so.
yeah. So we'll use those
Awesome,
5 minutes. To
Well,
keep
then the
on
other thing is
doing stuff on that, trying to
Linda,
make it better.
Linda, is it terrible that I'm actually looking forward to going to the barbecue place that Becker's going to take me to? I think it's called Q36 or something like that. I mean, that's That's what I'm looking for in Kansas City. Some barbecue. I can
We
hear
have
you.
good barbecue here in Texas. It's a staple. So there's a lot of great barbecue places here. You guys make it to Texas, just check it out.
Where in Texas are you again?
I live in Fort Worth.
Okay.
So I just moved up from San Antonio 3 years ago, born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. So I now live in Fort Worth. Really enjoy this area. We got 2 airports. I like the weather better. It rains more. We're in the corner of Tornado Alley, so it does get a little exciting at times. In the 3 years I've been here, we've had 2 or 3 tornadoes within 2 miles or so of the house. So the small tornadoes, but still they, rip, the roofs off of houses and knock down some branches. Nobody injured, but that's where I'm at, the corner of Tornado Alley.
Oof.
I'm guessing a small tornado is like a minor surgery. It's only that way if it happens to somebody else.
Well, it'll rip the roof off and knock some branches down. So you still gotta watch out for that. Still gotta be careful.
Oh yeah. But I did want to tell everybody that even though, Ken, you snuck it up on me, buddy. Look at that. You snuck it in there. If anybody wants to make a claim, Sam's next claim is up. And while we're waiting for that, I wanted to let anybody know that even though we aren't going to have any live shows the next 2 weeks because of the cons we're going to, we are going to try to come on if we can at some point to live. It's really just going to depend on what kind of signal we get from the shows, and we'll definitely try and do something.
Well, I've got his tongue red, so now I'm going to add some green to all this slobber.
Absolutely. And then whenever you feel that piece is complete, we got your next claim all set for you.
Well, I can just keep going and going, but we set a limit for 15 minutes, and I want to do the most I can in that time for the owner of this. So I am doodling away.
So
I was going to say, Spider-Man is my favorite character, and Venom and Spider-Man cast of characters are all guys that I really enjoy. I even enjoy Aunt May. Nothing wrong with Aunt May.
Oh, heck no.
We can put her in a superhero pose, but I like all the villains. I like all the supporting cast.
Should I show them what I have?
What's
David?
that? Show it. Yeah. Show it. But
I gotta find it. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Ken has lots of fun stuff, and he got this. I'll wait till he shows it.
Let's take out your amazing fantasy number 15, Ken.
Yeah,
Where's
exactly. Yeah.
So one of the artists that I work with is David Williams, and he sends me a lot of his art. And one of the books he sent was, I think it was Ultimate Spider-Man. He sent me some pages from. And here you go, Sam. Let's see. I'll pull it out so you can see it better.
And then blow yourself up full screen so we can see it, Ken.
All right. Here you go, Sam. Ready?
Wow.
So Aunt May Spider-Man.
Wow. And is that on standard 10 by 15, 11 by 17 with 10 by 15 image area?
Yeah,
11. That's 11 by 17 Marvel board.
Yep.
And the cool thing is that there's actually a pretty decent fight sequence with her and the Vulture. Right here, check this out.
I'm thinking Aunt May could get feisty. Yeah. Yeah, and then wasn't she the character Mayhem? Do you remember that?
No, that I don't remember.
So she was a host of Symbiote. I don't know if it was Venom, but her name was Mayhem. It had May, and then him.
Oh wow.
So that was pretty cool. All right, let's see what I got here.
Something like that.
I'm gonna put a little more green. How's my time? What do I got? 1 minute?
Yeah, 60 seconds, buddy. 60 seconds. Go,
All
go,
right.
go.
That's it.
And then your next is going to be a Hercules on a comic book backing board. So that's
Can do.
That'll be the next one.
Can do.
Let's see what you got here. Done. Drum
Okay,
roll.
so I got that. I'm gonna add a little more to it before it gets to the owner. But there's Venom.
That's
Got
awesome.
some little bit of color on it. He's got a dangly spider there. So
Yep.
I'll add some more color here. I'm gonna put it off to the side.
Yep.
And let's do Hercules. On a back. Hercules.
And then these are all he's going to sign. Don't worry, people. He's going to sign all these sketches too. They're all going to be done. Yeah.
I forget to do that sometimes. Let me sign. Let me sign the Venom. Yeah. So I've drawn a few sketch covers and sent them out unsigned.
Oh, geez.
That's because I just got sidetracked with just drawing and didn't put a signature on it. But this one will have a signature on it, and I'll keep working on that, so it'll have more stuff on there.
Excellent. Dustin says thank you. It's awesome. So
I will make it even more so. I will make it even more so. So Hercules is a character that's been around since the 60s in Thor: Journey into Mystery.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed Jack Kirby's and Stan Lee's stories on that. I know he was always fighting Thor. I think he was either in an annual or in a king-size special, just featured right on the cover, him fighting Thor.
Mm-hmm.
So Sam, who's your favorite Spider-Man artist?
There's too many, but I would just have to go with the original, which is Steve Ditko. Even though Jack Kirby worked on the cover, I like Steve Ditko, and I think it has to be a tie with John Romita Sr. Old school guys.
Oh yeah.
So I bought comic books in the 60s, so I lean more towards the artist and characters. Oh, look at that. I actually have a little Spider-Man, actually a big Spider-Man head sketch, that's all, by John. He was very nice to do that for me. Really appreciate it. And then his son, JR also did one for me. So awesome. I collect sketches too.
Oh, good. You do.
As much as I can.
Yeah. Do you buy a lot of sketches, or do you just do kind of trades, or?
No, I mean, usually at a show, I am stuck at my table because I go by myself, so I can only go visit artists before the show starts and maybe afterwards in passing. So that does save me some money, I guess. Usually by the time I get to them, they've got a sketch list and they're pretty much booked up. Some artists just fill up their request right away. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so usually what I start with blue pencil, and I'll just lay out some shapes, and I'll break down the face, and try to line things up. So I'll show you what I got.
Yeah, he does incredibly, and he does really, really tight pencils too. So when these things are done, these are, the two examples that he gave us for, who are the two examples you said for artists that you do your pencils?
Yeah, I really like the way Joe Sinnott pencils, super tight, exact. Mm-hmm. Also Dan Atkins, both excellent pencilers and great finishers and inking artists. So I like those guys. But here's my little layout. I don't know if you could see anything because I sketch so lightly. So I've got my shape for the head. I've got a neck. I've got some shoulders. I've got his, I don't want to call it a sash, but you know, he old school Hercules.
Right.
Where,
The loose
yeah,
fitting,
yeah, I don't know what to call that. And then he's got his little. It kind of looks kind of like Roman or Trojan attire.
Yeah, like a tunic or something, sort of
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. So that's what I'm starting on right now. And you know, when did I work on Hercules? I worked on Hercules in 1982. So he's not a character that I do as often as, let's say, Spider-Man, Venom, or Carnage. Those are the guys that most people request. But as I told you guys earlier, I've worked on just about every character there is at both Marvel and DC, except for Deadpool. You know, when Deadpool was created by Rob and Fabian, I was working on a lot of Spider-Man and Venom, you know, stuff with those characters, and also Carnage. So I didn't have time to even ask, hey, can I work on Deadpool? Deadpool was just, you know, starting out. But that's a character that I don't recall ever working on. Everybody else, yeah, you know.
Have you ever drawn Iceman?
Yeah, so I worked on, you know, X-Men. I worked on X-Men in an annual, and also in stories for What If. And I remember working on an X-Men story. Oh, in the first appearance of Squirrel Girl. It was Marvel Superheroes Winter issue number 8. The big deal there was the first appearance of Squirrel Girl by Steve Ditko, but I worked on the lead feature, which had the X-Men. So very cool.
Yeah, and I know you did a What If with Galactus and the Avengers. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, I really enjoyed the What If stories. And isn't that going to be a feature?
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
Yep.
Actually,
It's going to be a few more weeks, and we'll have that on Marvel or Disney Plus. We'll be doing those, and I don't know how many episodes there are, but there's quite a few, so it should be pretty fun to watch those.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what characters they bring. I don't know. Have you heard anything? Who's going to be on the show?
Well, they're basically bringing back. I mean, almost anybody. All the voices are all going to be the actual actors who did the voices in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and there's going to be. I mean, there's going to be a bunch of them. The cool thing is they're not really rehashing any of the old What If stories. They're all brand new What Ifs that are going to be out there, and so it should be pretty interesting. I think the first one might be the one where it's Captain Carter, which is Peggy Carter gets the super serum. I think that's one of the lead ones. So it's just, you know, and that's the premise, you know, same thing with What If. It's like, what if one thing happened differently? How would it change everything? So this should be pretty interesting.
And I think they said it's all canon because it's all supposed to be part of the multiverse.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's exactly. I don't know how that. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it with the multiverse, if they're going to open it up and close it off or anything. But that's the Watcher. The Watcher will be there, and Jeffrey Wright, who's a really great actor. Look, if you guys ever seen anything with Jeffrey Wright, he is phenomenal, and he's doing the voice of the Watcher, and that should be pretty neat. He's got a very dynamic voice, and it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, with the multiverse blowing up in the Loki series, you know.
Well, I enjoyed the Watcher. I hope we get to see more of that character. Very interesting character. And they came out in the movie, and Stan Lee was talking to him.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Yeah.
Is that okay? That's what it was.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. At that point, I think that Marvel didn't have the rights to the actual Watcher, the Uatu or whatever. I think his name is Uatu. They didn't
Yes.
have the right. Yeah, Fox still owned the rights to him, so they couldn't use him. They could use the Watchers, but they couldn't actually use him. It wasn't until
Ah,
Disney acquired the rights to all of Fox's characters that they were actually able to use that particular one. So it was one of those, it was like that weird thing when X-Men had their Quicksilver, and then the Marvel Cinematic Universe had their Quicksilver. It was one of
yeah.
those.
So different companies own different characters,
Yes, yeah, I
so
think
they
I think it
couldn't use
was
them.
right. I think any character that was introduced in the Fantastic Four belonged to Fox, and then any character that was introduced in the Avengers belonged to And so they're all this stuff. But once again, once Fox sold all their stuff to Marvel, it opened up a bunch of doors to a lot of characters being able to be used. So
Yeah, I can't wait to see Venom and Spider-Man together.
um,
Hopefully,
hopefully.
that'll happen soon.
We have a question. Ask what's your favorite DC character?
I go with the classics. I worked on Batman and Superman, Green Lantern, all the classic guys, Hawkman. I really enjoyed Firestorm. I did Firestorm for a couple of years as the regular assignment there. So all the major guys. Both companies have great characters. I just enjoyed Marvel more as a little kid, so I tended to go, with Marvel as my favorite. But throughout the years, I still did work for DC and Marvel during the same year. Many times I worked on Star Trek for DC. Like I said, Firestorm. I worked on The Outsiders. I worked in Action Comics, Green Lantern. So I did a few things for them, but the bulk of my work is for Marvel. I did that. I'll show you what I got going so far. How much time have I spent on this so far? I've got a layout.
I think you
Hope
had
you can
about
see it.
10 minutes in. Yeah.
It's light. It's light in pencil, but you got the big Hercules headshot. You got neck and shoulders right there. So now that I've got my little layout, I told you I wasn't fast, but 10 minutes is not bad to get that layout.
No, you're doing fine. Don't feel obligated to stick to a time. I mean, like you said before,
It helps me. It helps me
Yeah.
to have a deadline. Otherwise, I'll just daydream.
Yeah.
So this is good. It'll be okay.
Do you remember? Are you a baseball fan?
I am not, but I do know that Todd McFarlane bought a couple of baseballs for like $1 million or more.
Yeah.
He bought the Mark McGuire home run breaking ball, so he paid $1 or $2 million for that. But I the only sport that I watch is NBA basketball. So I like basketball. I like to play basketball, but I don't like to get hurt. Basketball is a contact sport, and I've just gotten hurt a couple of times. I can show you my fingers. Here's one of them. That's basketball.
Okay.
Not a pretty sight.
Yeah.
But that's basketball. Have some broken fingers, some dislocated fingers.
Did you ever
but I can still
play against Jim Shooter?
I can still draw. I would have to respect Jim Shooter. He is he is a tall person. I'm a fast short person. So, but yeah, I see Jim at shows now. He's very nice. Jim, in the '80s, he brought me up to Marvel for the first time. So I think it was 1986. So I spent a week at the Marvel offices. I got to meet many editors, get familiar with them, and got to talk to Jim. I saw a few artists there. Most people think that Marvel's bullpen, they had a bunch of artists working there, but artists would just bring in the work. They live nearby, and they'd come in and turn in the work and pick up some more work, and out they went. But I actually spent a week there in the bullpen. I was working on Iron Man, an issue of Iron Man. I forget which one. I think it was issue 212. So I think I was working on that. And then I was also working on the Eternals. And that's another group that, are they having their own movie?
They are.
The Eternals?
They are.
Yeah.
Comes out in November or December. I can't remember. November. It comes out in November.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I worked on the Eternals. Very enjoyable character, and I did that while I was there at the Marvel offices. All right.
We had Jim on about a month and a half ago.
Jim Shooter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. He can draw. Did you know that?
But
Oh,
we
yeah.
had him on. And he was doing, and we actually have an open commission list for him if anybody's interested. And he is actually, he's really turning out some nice stuff.
No, he can draw. And in the 60s, he would lay out his stories, lay out the covers for DC Comics, for Kurt Swan. So yeah, Jim is very talented. I know he drew a few books for Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed Jim's work.
Oh yeah.
He's got all those great stories, and he's not afraid to tell them, which is the best part.
Jim was behind the scenes, so I'm sure he has a lot of great stories. I'll show you what I got here. I'm working on the eyes. Let's get some eyebrows. Hercules has a bit thicker, bushier eyebrows, so I'm working on that. He's got a mustache. Let me get the mouth in here, and then I'll show you what I've got so far.
Absolutely. Drop the thumbtacks here.
Don't drop the thumbtacks. That's bad news.
They're special wooden thumbtacks.
All right, here's what I got so far. All right, so I'm going in pencil, and I'm tightening up his face. There's his neck and shoulders. There's his sash, so to speak, right there. It's got some texture on it. So got the hair to work on, his mustache, and the beard.
Yeah.
So just a couple of minutes, and I'll get that done.
Sure.
How's my time so far?
You're doing good. You're hitting. You got a couple more minutes, maybe like 2 or 3 more minutes, and then.
Okay. Yeah, just give me 2 or 3 more minutes, and whatever I don't finish when the show's over, I'll go back on it again and wrap it up.
Absolutely.
So,
boom, and we've got another claim available for Mr. De La Rosa. So if anybody would like something, we're doing the pencil head sketches on the comic book backing board for $75, or on the sketch cover for $125. He's got some great sketch covers.
They're big. I'm practically filling up the whole space, so they're not tiny. So, and like I said, they're going to be tight pencil.
Yeah, and he's got a bunch of other stuff that he's doing too. We showed off in the beginning of the show, so if anybody missed that, we'll recap that too in a couple minutes. He's got some 1 of 3,000 covers, 1 of 1,500 covers. He's doing remarks on. He's got he's got copies of the Lethal Protector that he's doing remarks on for $100 with the remark and the autograph and the certificate of authenticity, and they're all in really nice shape. He's got all kinds of stuff. He's got a amazing Spider-Man 700 cover, the mosaic with Spider-Man made up of all the little Spider-Man pictures. He's got copies of that. He'll do for $100 and do a little sketch on them for you.
I can do the same thing on this cover. Let me just reach over here.
Sure.
I forgot to mention this. So this cover has sold out across the country in most shops.
Look at that.
So it is a collage cover by Mr. Martin, and he used a lot of my work on there. the main image that I spotted was Venom Lethal Protector #1 image, but he tried to represent as many artists as have worked on, Venom throughout the years. We're up to issue 200, so I
Very
worked
cool.
on Lethal Protector. I worked on Separation Anxiety, but I could do the same thing as I did on the other cover. So I could
Sure.
sketch a little Venom right here and sign
Mhm.
it nice and big up there.
Sure.
So we can do that at the same rate as the Carnage Cityscape cover. So that's another thing we can offer.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do for the same price as the Spider-Man 700. So we'll do it for $100. So very cool. Yeah. And once again, anybody who's not on live right now, or if you want to jump on this, we'll offer these after the show too, so you can still get them.
And remember, it'll include a signed COA from
Mhm.
me. So
Absolutely.
nice deal. I got that. So let's see what I got on the Hercules. Let me shade in his beard here. Need a couple of minutes. No, seconds.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Take
Just
your
a
time.
couple of seconds.
Yeah, take your time. We
Couple of seconds.
we don't have another claim yet, so you can take your time and work on that one. And if we don't get
Yeah,
another
just,
claim after that, you can work on the other one for a little bit, and then we can show off the stuff again too if we want to.
yeah. So I've got his beard there. I've got his beard. Going to work on his hair, and then I'll put some more detail on him. There's his shoulders. Nice strong shoulders, strong neck. So I'm working on that.
Absolutely.
All in tight pencil. Nice and tight. And yeah, I really got to thank Bob Layton. The Hercules miniseries is said to be the world's first miniseries, and Bob wrote it. He drew it, and when he got in a jam, I'm really grateful that he thought of me to help him out. So I really appreciate that. I tell that to Bob every time I see him. Got my foot in at Marvel. They like what I did. Recommended by Bob. That's a big deal. So very appreciative to Bob Layton.
Yeah.
Let me help him out.
And I was trying to. You worked on Green Lantern for DC, didn't you? Mark Bright was he was the artist, right?
I worked on. I did do a presentation piece with Mark Bright on Green Lantern. I don't know what it was used for. Maybe a pinup. I don't know. But before that, it was Keith Pollard. So he was the layout artist on Green Lantern. 160 comes to mind. It was 1982, I think, mid 1982. So he laid it out, and I got to finish it. Very enjoyable stuff. I like Keith Pollard. I like his work at Marvel.
Yeah.
And then later on, he went to DC. So excellent artist.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love his work. I've got a wonderful Spider-Man around here somewhere that he did for me.
I see him at shows every once in a while.
Yeah, it's few and far between. Yeah, few and far between, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But he's out there.
So when you do the shows, what's your favorite shows to do? Like if you had to pick like your top shows, I know you don't have to pick all. Obviously they're all great, but what's like the big shows you look forward to every year?
I got an easy answer. See, I go to a show to work. So that means the show that I make the most money for the time involved. It's pretty simple. It's my job. So big shows like Dallas Fan Expo. I'm at San Diego every year, but I set up with an exhibitor. So I'm not in Artist Alley. People just have to run into me. I'm usually with the exhibitor, Comics Age. He is the biggest exhibitor of comic books at San Diego. Has a lot of tables, so He has a spot for me there, and I set up with him every year. So
That's
I'll be
cool.
back in San Diego this November. They're going to have a smaller show,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll be there. And then next year again, I'll be at their big show. But I like shows that keep me busy. And now even one day shows,
Mm-hmm.
keep me busy from opening to close. So I'm just very fortunate that people like the stuff I got to work on, and they like what I'm doing. So I do well. I do well at just just about any show. So
That's great.
I'm very
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
for that. But I mean, I'm stuck at a table, so I don't get to see the other artists, like I said, except before a show and after a show. I was at San Diego when they were doing the Venom panel with Tom Hardy and
Mm-hmm.
Riz Ahmed and the director. I couldn't go. I was at my table and I couldn't
Ah,
go, but I heard some great things about it. But that's just the way it goes. I go
right.
there to work, and I enjoy, talking to people and having them pick up something I worked on, and uh, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Glad I can do that.
Oh, absolutely. So has anybody ever who's trying to think? You worked on Squirrel Girl. Did you ever get to meet Steve Ditko? Did you ever get to see him in person?
I didn't get to work on Squirrel Girl. Steve Ditko had the Squirrel Girl feature,
Right,
and
in
I had
that book. Right.
I had the lead feature.
Yeah.
No, I did get to work with Steve Ditko in 1983. Yeah, so he was doing work for Red Circle Comics. They had characters like the Mighty Crusaders and the Shield. And I got to work on a short story with him that he penciled and I just finished. And I also got the letter of that story. So that's the only time I ever got to work with Steve Ditko. He did a lot of stuff at Marvel. I just never um, uh, asked, like, hey, can I work with Steve Ditko? I always had work to do. So I just did what they asked me to do. Everything they asked me to do was great. I just did not run across working with Steve Ditko again, but very enjoyable to have done something with him.
Absolutely.
Way back in '83, and I did see him in the Marvel offices. Remember, I said I got to see some existing artists there. Yeah, so he was turning in some work to my editor and also his editor. So I got to see him. I didn't. I knew he liked his privacy, and I just didn't go up and say hello. I'm sure he would have been. I'm certain he would have been cordial, and have greeted me likewise. But I just didn't want to bother him. He was there to turn in some work, and I didn't want to go and say, "Hey, I like your stuff,"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But,
no, totally understandable. Did you ever get to, on the same token, did you ever get to meet Kirby? Was he probably wasn't working then, but
yeah, no. Kirby was working at DC when I was working at DC.
oh, there you
And
go.
again, there's another instance where I didn't ask, hey, can I work on something with Kirby? Because while he did, the main features, he also did drawings for DC's Who's Who, which were drawings of a character, and then they would have, information on that character, kind of like the Marvel Universe handbook.
Right.
Yeah, so I could have asked, but I had plenty of work to do, and I just did everything that came my way. I tried not to turn down stuff, but on occasion I had to turn down work because I can't do it. I'm already busy up.
Right. Yeah, because you definitely fell into that sweet spot in comics in those years where you got to.
There was a convention, Jeff, where Kirby sat right next to me. So we sat at a show, 1983. It was in Houston, Texas. Kirby didn't sit down and draw and take requests like most artists do, but he was there just signing and talking to people. and he actually did a drawing for a little kid, and I got to see him draw. He was right next to me. He drew a little Captain America for him. Got to talk to him. Got to talk to him that evening. Got to talk to his wife, and in subsequent years, every time I saw him in San Diego, I got to say hello to him. So, very cool to have talked and met Jack Kirby, as well as Stan Lee.
Oh,
Stan
yeah.
Lee, before the movies, I got to see him at a few shows. No entourage, pre Marvel movies, so he was very accessible. Once the movies hit, it was just tough to get close to him. Long lines at shows, people wanting autographs and pictures. But back in the 80s and 90s, you could walk up to him and talk to him. Very accessible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was lucky enough. I did get to meet Stan in 2012. So that was one of my in the later years, but not too late, I guess. So
I saw him at many shows, but when I say saw him, it's like, oh, there's Stan over there. Hey,
yeah.
Stan.
Right.
That's the way I saw him. So
yeah, couldn't even get close.
yeah. So anyway, I'm working. There's Hercules, nice and big. So I'll keep adding some stuff to him. But
Sure, yeah.
That's basically done right there with the pencil. So I'll add a little more before I ship it off. So
sure, absolutely.
You let me know what's next. I've got these. I can do something on that.
Absolutely.
I think Ken has something that I did on that, right? Ken, you want to show that?
Yeah, show that one if anybody wants that.
I did a Venom.
There you go. You can make that full screen. There you go. See that? There's a nice Venom on one of those. Beautiful
nice headshot with neck and shoulders. A lot of drool there. Got a circle element there as a design, so I could do that.
Sure.
You let me know.
Absolutely. Yes. If anybody wants, we do have a live sketch claim available for Sam. If you guys want one, otherwise he can just keep working on some of these other pieces that he's got already on there. We'll just keep bombarding him with questions about the good old days.
Yeah. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to remember. I'm just adding a little more color to the first Venom sketch.
Oh, there you go. Well, there we got a claim for you. So the person who, since nobody else is stepping up to the plate here, Dustin's like, oh wait, hold. What do you want to do, Ken? Do you want to give it to Avi or do you want to give it to Dustin? He did say if no one else claims, so maybe we should give it to Avi. I think are you on, Ken? Can you hear me? Are you muted?
I think we'll let Avi go, but we'll let Dustin get his too.
Yeah, so we'll do both. So let's do Avi's first. So Avi, you win the claim, buddy. What would you like for your sketch from Sam? Just let us know as soon as you get one. Look at that thing. That's beautiful.
Got some color here, so.
Yeah, boom. So yeah, as soon as Avi lets us know what he wants, we'll let you know, and you can get onto that one. And then let's see what he says. Here we go. Yeah, and then like I said, Dustin, if you're still hanging out after he finishes Avi's sketch, you can get a second one, absolutely, if nobody else wants one. Let's see. Avi would like a penguin on a sketchboard. So
I can do that.
I'm assuming he means the villain from Batman and not an actual penguin.
I thought it was just a penguin. All right. I can do the penguin. All right, gonna put this down.
Set that one back aside, absolutely, for later.
I still work on it. I'm still gonna work on the Hercules, but he's in pencil, nice and big and tight.
Oh yeah.
So I got that. So now we'll do a penguin. Even though I work for DC on Batman and Superman, I didn't get to work on the penguin. I do remember I got to work on the Suicide Squad in an issue of Firestorm. They made a guest appearance, but it wasn't the current lineup. But it had I remember one of the members in the group of Suicide Squad was Captain Cold. Does anybody remember Captain Cold? Yeah.
Oh, I remember
So,
Captain Cold very well.
and some other guys that were on there. Deadshot. Is he in the current lineup of Suicide Squad? Deadshot was in there.
In the comics, I believe he still is. I know with the new movie, he's not in there because Will Smith played him in the last movie, and I don't think he came back for this movie. But I'm pretty sure Deadshot's still in there in the comics.
Well, you know what character I saw in the new Suicide Squad movie is um, Peacemaker. Does anybody know Peacemaker?
I only know him from the what I've heard about him from the movie. So it's played by John Cena in the movie. Yeah, he's going to be he's sort of like he's kind of like a Captain America who basically will do anything for justice, including kill, maim, destroy in the name of what he thinks is right. I think that's a good
Yeah,
characterization of character.
he was a character created by Joe Gill and Pat Boyette in the '60s over at Charlton Comics,
Right.
and then when DC bought the characters, they came over and DC did some comic books with Peacemaker and other characters. In fact, Watchmen was supposed to be a story with the Charlton characters that DC acquired, but
Right.
Alan Moore just created, all new guys. So
Yeah, I remember Rorschach was supposed to be the Question, and Batman was supposed to be the night owl, and all that. Yeah, and he just kind of changed the characters a little bit to fit the story, because they couldn't get those characters to be in the Watchmen. I don't think DC wanted them to be in the Watchmen.
So you mentioned the character. I always have a hard time pronouncing his name.
Rorschach.
Yeah, I always think of Horshack.
Yeah.
But anyway, that character. So he was played by, who's the actor that played him? Haley.
Yeah, Dennis is a shoot. What he's an incredible actor. He's been in tons of stuff. What I remember him from was he was in Bad News Bears, the original Bad News Bears. He was like the punk kid from the original Bad News Bears movie. But so he's been acting since he was super young. But he was.
Well, something funny. The reason I mentioned him is because I was at a show, and he was also a guest. I cannot remember what show it was. It could have been a wizard show. I just don't know where. Because, like I said, I'm at a show just about every weekend.
Right.
The pandemic slowed me down a little bit, but I still did one-day shows last year. I did several of them, and some two-day shows. With mask mandates, of course, but I still got out there. Anyway, what I was getting at is that I had a friend in San Antonio that I knew that was an excellent artist. He should have been a Marvel artist. His name is Rick Cruz, and he could just draw. He could paint. He could do it all. Anyway, so I was at the show, and this lady comes up to me and introduces herself, and she says, "Well, I'm Rick Cruz's sister, and I'm the wife of the actor that."
Right.
Yeah, whose character I can't pronounce from Watchmen. So that was pretty interesting. That was pretty cool. I do remember his name is Haley, I believe, but he has like 3 names, but I can't put it together. Maybe you guys can Google.
I'm gonna Google him right now.
The actor, but I thought that was pretty cool. So my friend's sister is married to this actor.
Yeah, definitely cool. Yeah,
All
he's
right. Penguin coming up.
One penguin coming right up. Let's see. I've got to look it up because I've got it. All right. Come on. Do. We're gonna do Watchmen movie. I got an old tablet here, so it definitely doesn't work as fast as I'm like. And I want to say his name is. I'm going to take a guess. John Haley, something. Oh, Jackie Earl Haley.
There you go.
There it is.
Jackie Earl Haley. Yes. Yes. He's an excellent actor. So anyway, and then later on, he is one of my followers on my Facebook page. So that's very cool. Very cool. I thought that was just so cool. Anyway, just in case people want to check me out, my website is samdelarosa.com, and my Facebook, just search artist Sam De La Rosa, or you could just Google Sam De La Rosa. I'm sure my Facebook and my website will pop up. Like to see
Absolutely.
you guys there.
Oh yeah.
I put a lot of
Sam,
stuff on my Facebook. I put where I'm at, things I've done, try to entertain people, and on occasion I'll sell something also. But it's just to give people, some background information on, because like, who's Sam? Sam who? So I let them know.
Absolutely.
Anyway, here's what I got. So I grew up in the 50s and 60s. I liked the Batman show when it came out in 1966. Burgess Meredith played the Penguin. Maybe most people will remember him from Rocky's Trainer, the movie. Rocky.
Mickey, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Penguin that I like. Danny DeVito was pretty good too, wasn't he?
It was interesting. He was a Tim Burton guy. It was interesting. It was a nice, interesting take.
I'll show you what I got in just a second.
Sure.
Since I lay it out in blue pencil, it's hard to see, so I'm trying to darken it up so people can see it a little bit better.
Ken, is this a quote from Avi? I'm assuming.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so he says, Sam was amazing back in 2019 at WonderCon. He says,
I forget I was there. One year I was a guest. I think maybe it was a previous year.
Yeah.
But I was a guest at WonderCon one year. WonderCon was great. They are put on by the same group that does San Diego Comic-Con. They are the sister show to that. So really enjoyed it. Well, thank you for remembering me. I appreciate that. I hope I left a good impression on everybody I meet. I try to treat people, the way I'd like to be treated.
Yeah, he said you bet him that he couldn't find out how old you were.
Yes, that's a running gag with people. People always ask me, "How old are you?" I don't tell them. You're gonna have to find out on your own, and then I won't confirm it. So have fun. Search me on the internets, as George Bush once said, the internets.
Right, the interwebs. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's several of them,
Right.
So anyway, I'm getting going on this Penguin. Burgess Meredith. He's getting there.
I like it.
Just put some more details on it and pencil it up some more.
Sure.
Getting there. I think I was faster on this than the other two. What do you guys think?
You definitely got it down quick. See, once you get going, it's easy. You get that stride. You hit that stride.
Well, yeah, there's just some characters that I remember more. There it is.
Yeah, Avi says nice. All right. And then everybody remember, if anybody wants to see any of those books that he has for remarks, just mention it in the chat, and I'll have them put them back up. I don't want to. It takes too long to go through them all right now, but they'll definitely be on the 4C site, on the 4C page afterwards. If anybody's interested in any of those, let me know if you want to see anything. Look at that. Look at that.
So I just got to shade in his top hat. It's a lot of shading. His hair is also dark, so I'll work on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, he's got a ton of books that he's got remarks on. He's got the Lethal Protector that that was the one that's probably one of the most popular books right now with Venom that the movie's based on. He's got a bunch of these that he does remarks on and signs, and they come with a certificate of authenticity, and those are $100. Most of the stuff he's got is either $100 or $85. And then he's got like 3 really cool big pieces that are awesome. And after he finishes this one, I think I'll show off the Tooth Frog.
Those are easy to show. So I got the big Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the Frog Thor. I got a couple of them. There it is right there. Ribbit.
Right. And all 3 of these pieces are $250 a piece. Just to let you guys know if anybody wants them.
Full figure. There he is.
That one's awesome. Oh my God, so good.
So I got those.
And then if you want to show the painted one, the half and half, that's the other one. That's the other one. This one's only it's $175. It's from the 25th anniversary, 30th anniversary Spider-Man Web of Spider-Man issue. Everything
it's a
you see there.
1992 book.
Yeah, everything you see there, it's all painted. The Spider-Man face, the Venom face, that's all painted on top of the hologram. So
Spider,
very cool.
Big signature. Yeah. I don't think I can sign my name any bigger. That's pretty big right there.
That's a John Hancock right there.
Right there.
And that one's $175. $175 gets you that piece. So yeah, let us know if you want any of those. And he's got a bunch of other books. We're not going to pull them all up, but if anybody wants to see, he's got basically the Cityscape Venom one. It's a 1 of 3,000 out of print. That one's $85. He's got the 1 in 1,500 Carnage Cityscape with all the names of the people who worked on Carnage and written in the city. That one is because it's 1 of 1,500, it's a little bit more. It's $100 with the sketch. And then he's got an awesome Batman book from what did we say, 82, 83, 89? Was it 89?
It was 89. The annual with the big Venom headshot. I mean, Batman. I keep saying Venom because I got Venom on my mind.
There you go. Right. So he's got tons of stuff.
I'm shading in the Penguin.
There he is.
Putting his top hat on there with the reflection on there. So I'm working on that. I got my trusty pencil. Ticonderoga. Number 2 soft. Nothing fancy.
Yeah.
Just a regular pencil. Sometimes I have it nearby. I actually draw with, see if I can dig up my pencil from here. Here it is. So I buy these pencils at the party stores, Party City. I actually draw
Spider-Man. Nice.
Yeah, so I always have a Spider-Man pencil here. This is a lot. What do you call it? A hard lead. This is a soft lead. So depending on what I'm doing, I'll switch between pencils. But you can see I've used it, and then when I've used it a little bit more, I'll put it on a pencil extender and extend the life of that Spider-Man pencil. But I got a bunch of them. I like to draw Spider-Man and related characters with a Spider-Man pencil.
Yeah, there you go.
And Ken and Jeff, where are you guys located?
I'm in Orlando, so.
Oh, well, what a big trip you guys are making!
I know. Well,
yeah,
Jeff, he's in Washington.
Yeah, I'm just outside of DC, so so I'm a little bit of a plane ride for me, not too bad. But yeah, Ken's going it's basically right outside of his back door. He gets to have this mega.
Very nice. Well, Ken, I enjoyed myself there. I was a guest of Universal Studios, so I got to spend a whole day just having fun. They got a lot of cool stuff there. A lot of Spider-Man stuff, Hulk.
Dr. Doom. Drawings. Yeah, they got some great stuff, man.
There's some drawings there by Mike Zeck and Sal Buscema. Very cool stuff.
Mhm.
They even have a penny pressing machine that has some Spider-Man artwork that I worked on as part of
Oh,
the penny pressing machine design. So
very
very cool.
cool.
There he is. I got his hat all shaded in. Now I'm going to
Mhm.
work on his hair. But if
Makes
anybody has something else they'd like me to do, I can easily stop because most of this is already done.
Sure. Well, let's see. If anybody else wants to make a claim, you can go ahead and grab a claim from Sam. And then if Dustin's still out there and nobody else makes a claim, Dustin, let us know if you still want a second claim because we're not going to let this guy stop drawing. We're going to make sure that he keeps drawing.
I
Avi
can
says
just
no.
keep, yeah,
Avi
I
says
can,
no. Don't stop. Keep working on mine.
yeah, I'll keep working on this. And when the show's over, I will add some more stuff to it. So never fear. You will not be
Absolutely.
disappointed. I will work on it some more. I will move this pencil around and get some more stuff on there.
Absolutely. Well, whenever you're ready to set that one down, what we have a claim. Um,
I am ready in just a few seconds, 30 seconds, and I think that's it. I'm going to sign it right now before I forget, but I will add some more stuff to it. There's Penguin, Burgess Meredith, nice and big. Try to fill it all up. So I got that.
Awesome.
Right.
So what Dustin wants is he'd love to have a Spider-Man, but he wants it. He got this Venom earlier, so he'd like the Spider-Man to be facing the Venom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can
So if
do
you,
that.
so that way they're so the opposite direction that the Venom is, so
I
they
can
can
do.
he can.
I do that with a lot of characters. People like also like Carnage,
Mm-hmm.
Carnage and Venom, Carnage and Spider-Man. So can do, can do.
Absolutely, very cool. And thanks to everybody who's on live with us right now. You're definitely getting some great pieces from a great artist. And for anybody who comes on later, who's watching us not live, we'll have some stuff on the site. And you can scroll back to the beginning of this and watch the really cool video of him showing off all those comics.
So I had a question. So
Yeah.
this feed, so it's only live. Can people view it after it's over, or once
They can.
gone, it's
Yep.
gone? Okay.
Nope, they can review it. They can watch it again on Facebook, and they can watch it on YouTube. It's probably easier to rewatch on YouTube. We've been trying to build up our YouTube audience, so we did a few shows where we weren't on Facebook, and we just did YouTube. But some people were having issues with that, so we went back and did simultaneous. So we do both. We're trying to build our YouTube audience. So we're trying right now. We're just going to keep doing Facebook and YouTube because we don't want to lose our Facebook audience,
So,
and we're figuring out other ways to build up our YouTube audience.
so are you guys considered YouTubers?
I guess we are. I guess I guess we're YouTubers. I don't think we've quite hit that. We definitely have a lot more people on our Facebook than are on our YouTube. I think because we've only been doing the YouTube for a little while, and we haven't had enough content for the algorithm to really kick in. And so many of our people are loyal people on Facebook. We have about 700 followers on Facebook, and we just crossed over 100 on YouTube. So we're
Nice.
building. We're trying to.
Yeah. Word of mouth. The more people know about you guys, I'm sure that audience will build.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna show you what I got right now. Is like I said, it's just a blue pencil layout, and then I will add some more detail. But I like drawing in blue pencil because I can, just doodle around, find my shapes, and then use that as a basis to do a darker line.
Sure.
So it's called underdrawing. It's just like building a house. You put the foundation there, and you know where the walls are going to be. So I don't know if anybody can see that, but there is a big Spider-Man headshot. Oh, there it is, right there. So that is just called a rough layout. Now I'm gonna tighten it up.
There you go.
I am much faster on characters that I do more. You know,
Absolutely.
Spider-Man super popular.
Oh yeah.
And, oh, I also do theater appearances. So I've been doing them since the first Spider-Man movie came out way back when. I can't remember when the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie came out, but I get invited by theaters to be at their theater, and you know I set up in the lobby just like I do at a Comic-Con, and I got a monopoly. Got a monopoly on there.
Yeah, I think wow, that's back since 2002. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I do that at many theaters whenever I don't have a show, and I think this year, so I have a show the weekend that the movie premieres, comes out, but movies now come out on a Thursday.
Right.
You know, so I will be at a theater on Thursday, and then Friday fly out to a show. So this theater has me at their place, and I'll be on stage right in front of the screen, and we'll have like a little panel, a little Q&A right before the movie, and I think that'll be entertaining for people that are not Comic-Con goers, but still enjoy the superhero and pop culture movie.
Oh yeah, well it's good for the people who just see the movies to know, that it's basically it's a branch off of the tree that is the comic book art. So it's
a
nice
lot of people don't know. They're surprised. Oh, it's a comic book? What? Yeah, it was a comic book, and I and many other people worked on the character and their comic books before they appeared in a movie. So that surprises many people. So glad to show them the light.
Absolutely.
All right, Spider-Man is coming together. Let me do his forehead and skull here.
Sure. And then let's see. Hi, Annika. Glad you could join us. She said she's sorry she's super late, but she's here, so that's all right. Annika is also a sometime host on our show. She started off as being just one of our loyal customers, and we brought her on, and she fills in from time to time, and we bring her on live, and she's very capable, and yeah, it's great. She's a great friend, and great to have her on.
I think she's gonna help me out with David tomorrow.
How's it going?
Yeah,
How'd you made it?
Yeah. So she's tomorrow night. We're doing an impromptu show with David Williams. So if anybody wants to join that, Ken will be doing that one. I think Annika might be doing my job tomorrow night, and being the chattermouth.
That's what I got so far. A big Spider-Man head and shoulders sketch. Still working on it. Got to do his webs. Got to do some shadow and detail. So I got that. I worked on Symbiote Spider-Man in the first shortly thereafter that he got his black costume, 1984. Of course, he wasn't Venom until 1988, but what comes to mind is that the black costume was no easier to work on than the one with a million webs. See,
because you had to do you had to do all the shading. You had to do all the shading.
So, and then the highlights on the muscles and that took as long as drawing all the cool webs on regular Spider-Man.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't think about it. They just think that it would be super easy because you just do it black and that's it.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, here, just look at this. Look at the Venom. It's the same basic thing. That's not all black, is it? No, it's
yeah. So there's just a lot of detail in there, and the muscles and features. So it takes just as long. But I never get tired of doing Spider-Man's webs. It's always enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
And some people will put a lot of webs, and others less webs.
Mhm.
More basic. So there's room for interpretation.
Sure. Yeah. Like I know that I think John Romita Sr. was basically he was the 5-line guy. He would do 2 lines on the bottom of the face and
Yes,
3 lines at the top, and that's how he did it. And then guys like
exactly.
McFarlane would do it would be like there could be 10 lines on his whole face with all the little webs
Lots
around
of
it.
webs. Todd did lots of webs,
Yeah.
and then also did great with the web line.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
more
With the
dimensional.
Yeah,
I
made
think,
it more tangled with the wrapping around itself, and yeah, I
and
know
you
I'm
could see it coming to you because he gave it some form.
mhm.
Not only did you have a straight line, but you also had the webs swirling around it, so you can. It would have more impact in scenes, be more
Exactly.
dimensional.
Mhm.
I see Todd every once in a while. He's always very nice to me.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Very nice.
I actually have never met him personally. He's one of those guys who I would love to go to a show where he's at just to. He's probably He's probably one of the last Image guy who I've never met in person.
I think I've met all of them. Yeah, Jim Valentino. I got to work with him
Hmm.
on
The What If?
a What If, at least a couple of What Ifs.
Mhm.
I worked on him. Rob Liefeld, I worked on his creation, Supreme. He asked me to work on that, so I got to work on one issue right before Alan Moore took over. So it was issue
Mhm.
40, I believe, somewhere around there. Alan Moore took over 41, 42. So we bought him some time to fit in there.
Mhm.
But I got to work on Supreme for Rob.
And
Let
then
me
did you
show
ever
you what
work?
I got so far.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Did you ever work with Silvestri?
No, not at all. There's Spider-Man.
That's cool.
Got to put some more shading here, and I'll put some webs right here on his body. It's got some highlights there, so I only have webs at the front of the face, but it's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting there. A little bit more to go. Nice compliment to the Venom.
Oh yeah, I was looking around. I was digging around in some old boxes with comics in them earlier today, trying to find some stuff, and I couldn't find that Web of Spider-Man 30th anniversary. I swear, I looked all over. I couldn't find that thing to save my life.
I thought everybody had that a book. There were 4 issues that
Mm-hmm.
celebrated Spider-Man's 30th year
Right.
in existence. One was green, one was black, one was blue, one was
Mm-hmm.
red. Well, I
Right.
worked on the red one and the green one, and then they asked me to work on the black one, but they asked me to work on a Venom story, but I didn't know it was going to go in that special book.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have known that that story that they offered me was going to go in that special book, I would have lost sleep to have done it.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't tell me, and the only way I could have done it is slept less. I was already sleeping very little as it was. So, but if you look in that book, there's a 10-page Venom story, and my name was supposed to be on it, and there's a little blank space where there's not my name on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think Spider-Man is just about done. Oh, you know what? I wanted to put some Spider Sense, even though Spider-Man Spider Sense does not react to Venom. We're going to use artistic license and put some Spidey Sense around him. Okay,
Absolutely.
it'll look good, but we know that it does not work when Venom is menacing him. This won't take long at all. And who can tell me how long it's taken me to do this?
That one wasn't very long at all. I think
Okay.
you knocked that out in less than 15. I think. What are they gonna
Well,
say?
he doesn't have all the teeth that Venom does.
Mhm.
That helps. Okay, I'm gonna sign it.
Yeah, see, I was looking around. I found the blue one. I found the blue one, and I found the black one. I just couldn't
Yeah.
find the
So
red
they
one.
didn't
I
ask
know
me to
that.
work on the blue one because that was
Sal.
entirely by Sal,
Mhm.
but the other ones had more than one feature. So
Mhm.
anyway, there's Spider-Man.
Look at
There's the
that.
Spidey sense, super huge, 7x10. So that's done. I'm gonna put that over here. And
Absolutely.
let me know what's next.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
I've
While
got
we're waiting,
those.
if anybody wants to make a claim, Sam's able to do at least one more sketch before we call it a night. So if anybody wants to grab one, please grab one right now. While we're waiting for that, let's see. Hold on. Do I get one? Did I get one? Not yet.
I got boards.
Oh yeah, we got boards. Would you want to show? Let's show up the comics that we didn't show earlier. Let's show the 5 books that we're doing remarks on. If you got a chance to throw those up again.
Tell me what they are, and I'll dig them up.
Sure.
One of them.
All right. So
Was
one
this
of
one
them?
of them?
That's the Shattered. That's the Shattered
Shattered
one. So that's $85, and he'll do a remark on it. And this
There
is a
it
very
is, right there.
limited homage to the Lethal Protector cover.
Only
So if
3,000 copies printed. Remember, Jeff, a long time ago? I forget.
3,000.
Let's see what year did this book come out? 2018. So this is a 2018, sold out right away. Only 3,000 people can own a copy of this,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
even less that'll have the Venom sketch here.
Exactly.
Right there. Venom,
Yeah.
big signature right there. And remember,
Mhm.
COA is included. I got that. What else can I show you? I got this.
Well, you got the Batman. There's the Batman book. There's the annual. But before we look at that real quick, Annika did take the claim. But Annika, you got to tell us what character you want. While we're doing that, we're going to look through the other books too. So you tell us what character you want, Annika, and we'll see if
the Invisible Woman. Done.
Exactly. So he'll do it on a comic book backing board, or he'll do it on a blank. He's got 2 different blanks. He's got a black Venom blank, and he's got a normal white blank. So if you want it on that, it's $125.
They're old. For instance, this Venom blank, again, it's a variant. They only produce 3,000 copies. So just the book alone is cool.
Yeah,
let alone
exactly.
to get a little sketch on it. So you got
Sure.
that. And then the other one, this Spider-Man book that I had, this is a blank from, I think, over a decade ago.
Yeah.
I believe. We can check into that.
Sure. See what issue that is of Avenging Spider-Man. See what issue.
So it is called Avenging Spider-Man #1, and year. Let's see what the indicia says. Sometime, I think it's 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 2011.
Yeah, I know that Avenging Spider-Man #9 is worth a pretty penny because it was the first time Captain Marvel was called Captain Marvel. But she says, let's see. She said, no, well, you tell us what you want, Annika, and then we'll figure out if he can do it or not. He's a pretty versatile artist, and he's got the internet. So, and then just tell us if you want it on a comic book backing board or if you want it on a sketch.
Yes, Sam, show her the covers because she's the Jane Foster Thor girl.
Okay, yeah. So I do fancy stuff like this, but Jeff, you got the price on that.
Yeah. Those are $250 because they're all completely done and they're full figure stuff.
I have the other one. Here he is, partner in crime, right there. I got that. Woo!
Yeah. So all right. So she says she wants a Jane. Do you have a blank? You don't have any blank Thors around there, do you?
I don't have it. I don't have it handy. Yeah, I have a blank Thor, but I don't have it handy.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Downstairs. I could still do it, off camera. But if you want me drawing something right now, I just have
the backing board. Sure. Well, she hasn't told me what you want yet. I was just going to see if you did. So,
right.
So do you want, Annika, would you like it on a backing board or do you want him to do it later? If you want, he can do it later on the actual comic if you want. That one's just going to be a little more expensive, and obviously you can't watch it live. So it's up to you. You just let us know what you want.
Yeah, it just takes longer. That takes me quite a little while. You know, that's a few
that one done.
hours.
Absolutely. Well, she said
That's
she's
a few
fine
hours.
with the backing board. So if you
I
want to
can do that.
so Jane Foster Thor, if you have the inkling to do that, that's
All
what she
right.
loves. That's what she collects.
We can try. So yeah, I remember the character. When did she become Thor? What year did she become Thor? I was watching a program on I think on Disney Plus, and they had a little history on Jane Foster Thor, but I can't remember what year she became Thor. Was her name Thor, or did she have a separate name?
Well, she says it's 2014 or 15. I don't know if she was just called Thor and that was it, or if she was called Thoris, or I've heard, and people like to call her, the female Thor, but I think she just went by Thor. I don't think it was any distinction for any kind of,
Just like an actor is an actor.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no actresses. It's just an actor. So
yep, she just goes by Thor. Yeah.
Can do.
Yeah. And Dustin wanted to thank you very much for the Spider-Man and the Venom. He says they're going to look really great framed together. I agree.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you for asking me to do those, guys. I've been drawing Spider-Man since the 60s, but nobody paid me. Nobody paid me, but
not until the 80s, right?
Yeah. So
Dustin, you should get an Aunt May for the middle.
Hey, I don't think even Aunt May would stand in between Spider-Man and Venom.
Yeah, that's a bad spot.
Yeah.
Might want to move.
Let's see.
So yeah, Jane Foster Thor, she's a little more intricate than Thor. What do you guys think? She's got the helmet, a fancier helmet.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a much more fancier helmet.
Yeah, and she's got the face guard, sort of like the 90s sort of Thunderstrike Thor, where she's got her face kind of covered up a little bit. It's definitely a cool outfit. I was actually flipping through some old Thor books earlier, and I found the ones from I want to say that was like late 89, maybe 91. I have some from earlier than that, but it has that beautiful Ron Franz Thor. He's got like the face guard on his. You can see he's got the face guard on, so that helmet kind of reminds me of the stuff they're doing right now with.
That was her look.
Yeah. So.
Big Bill next to him.
Yeah, Beta Ray Bill, can't miss that. Oh, Ken, I also found this for you. I was gonna show this to you off camera, but I might as well show this to you now. I found this page. Does this look familiar to you at all?
Yes, it does.
Wow.
Ken owns this splash of.
A splash, very fancy.
From Forever Evil by David Finch. So I was digging through. I wanted to show that to him because I had that book.
Oh, that is a very popular artist.
Oh yeah, David Finch is his work is pretty phenomenal. So.
It's funny. I'm looking at that the page of that, and there's no light effect on that flashlight.
Yeah, I know
they removed a lot of the art to do that.
But listen, it's the same thing with my double page splash. Here, I'll show this to you too. Sam, you were talking about Captain Cold earlier, so I wanted to show you. I've got this double page splash over here. It's got Captain Cold.
That's the guy.
Captain Cold right there.
Yes, classic Silver Age character.
But yeah, but the same. Yes, yeah. This is beautiful. This is Andy Kubert. But the cool thing is like Ken was saying, all of this stuff in the comic was all blacked out because they used shadow to do it. So all the art that's on this part
Yeah,
you can barely
I see
see.
that in a lot of books. The digital coloring is sometimes
Mhm.
quite dark and obscures a lot of the work. So originals really stand out.
Absolutely.
Really stand out. I'll show you what I got so far. It is just a rough layout, but enough to get going.
Yeah, Annika. Yeah, I think that really does look like that Thor. Definitely does look like the Jane Foster Thor. So what you got to do with that is next June, you got to come to Heroes Con, Annika. You got to leave the West Coast. Look at that.
So I've got a layout there. You could see her helmet, her face laid out there, flowing hair. We've got that
Very
that
nice.
helmet coming down to her nose. She's got a big metal piece right there. A lot of hair. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah. So I was saying, Annika, you got to come to Heroes Con because the guy who drew those, Ron Franz, is going to be at Heroes Con next year. You can get him to do a Jane Foster. That would be pretty cool. That would be.
I've heard that Heroes Con is just amazing. It is just comic book artists, right? There's no
It
celebrities.
Is. Nope. Yeah, it's probably my favorite comic show. It's very inexpensive. It's I think if you're a guest, it's $50 for the whole weekend, and it's all about the artists. It's a very nice family friendly show. You're not going to see a lot of inappropriate art or inappropriate stuff. It's very very family friendly, and it's just really nice place. And it's there's no VIPs. There's no VIP tickets. It's all just general admission, and it's just a nice show. It's in a very nice venue, and it's probably my favorite comic book show to go to. And yeah, so if you ever get a chance to go to that one, Sam, I think you would really love that. It's a very pure comic book convention that you don't see enough of anymore.
I hope I get to go. I know it's been on for many years.
Yep. Next year is the 40th anniversary. So
that's many years right there. I cannot believe I have not made it to that show. But there's just very few shows that I go on my own. Usually I'm a guest at a show. For instance, I'm at San Diego Comic-Con every year. They can't have me as a guest every year. I've never been a guest at San Diego Comic-Con, but there's such a crowd there. So many different interests represented that I just do very well. I do very well there. Glad I'm able to go. I've been going to San Diego Comic-Con since 1980, before I was a professional. And then I believe 82 or 83 was my first year there in Artist Alley as a professional. So I've noticed that Artist Alley in San Diego has gotten a little bit smaller, quite a bit from the old days. Have you guys made it to San Diego Comic-Con?
I have not. Ironically enough, Annika lives in San Diego, so she is a regular at San Diego Comic-Con.
Well,
but I have never been over there to that.
Tell her I will be in San Diego next year. I believe it's February. I will be there also for RocketCon. So not only will I be there for November's smaller San Diego Comic-Con, but also for RocketCon, right there in her hometown. Love San Diego. Beautiful. Weather is just
to die
great.
For. Yeah,
just great. So
yeah,
putting more detail on her.
There it is.
Got the helmet, got the wings. So slowly working down to put some more detail on there. So it's getting there.
Yeah, we always joke with Annika that she's going to go camp out for during Comic-Con, and we're just going to crash in her house, and she's not going to use it anyways.
Yeah, it is not easy to find a good spot to stay there. It just really fills up.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wants to go to that show.
No, it is the mecca for comic book conventions. You know, it's the I like to call it nerd mecca.
I've seen a lot of celebrities and movie stars there.
Oh yeah,
Even before it started, transitioning to covering movies and TV shows and stuff. I used to see stars there,
oh
in
yeah,
the '80s.
yeah. It's become a phenomenon now. It's almost a selling point. It's almost like if you've got something that's in pop culture, you want to go there to advertise it, to get the to get the press, to get everybody kind of really fevering for your product. So
Yeah,
even
all the Marvel movies are, they have a panel there.
hmm
All
yeah,
the
not
movie
just it's
stars.
not even just it's not even just comic book stuff. It's anything sci-fi or anything that falls into that genre of sort of pop culture. They use it as a stepping stone to promote their product. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's on my list. It's on my list.
I've seen so many people there. I can't remember all of them. I have program books and I tried to get autographs, but in recent years, just getting autographs, you're not the only one that wants one.
hmm
So the lines are long.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go sometime. I'm gonna go. It's on my list. I just have to figure out how I'm gonna work it. But it's definitely maybe. Listen, you might see 4C in force there next year. That's where we're working towards.
Yeah.
There's so many things to do that San Diego is. I think it's 5 days, so they have a preview night, and then
hmm
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You
Yep.
cannot get everything done in that short time. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you're gonna enjoy it. All right, I got some more helmet done. There's more helmet. So
hmm
slowly working down, getting stuff done, making it as detailed as I possibly can. Glad to do this character. I worked on Thor um, and supporting cast, but including Jane Foster, but I never worked on Jane Foster as Thor. So
hmm
very cool. Excellent.
Well, just to check with you, Sam, we're approaching around 2 hours. Are you good to do anything else after this, or do you want to make this one the last one for the
Let's
live?
make this the last. I am such a slowpoke, but
Sure.
people will see your show, and
Yep.
if they uh, want something, I think I can do it for them.
Sure. Yeah,
So
we're gonna definitely put it up on. We're gonna put it up on the Facebook page. We'll get you to take a couple snapshots of those comics you have, and we'll offer those up too. And then we'll show them one more time here in a second when you got time. We'll show the big ones, and then and then we can we'll call it a show for the night. But yeah, people, stay tuned for the opportunities. He's got a number, at least 5 or 6 or 7 different comics that he'll do remarks on. They're all very limited quantities because they're all discontinued typically because they're older. And he will everything you saw him draw tonight, he is not done with. He's kind of going to tweak them and add a little bit more to them. So you're all going to definitely get your money's worth.
I'm still
And
adding stuff. She has a lot of
yeah.
beautiful hair, so
Oh yeah.
I'm adding detail to that.
Sure. Yeah. And he's got those Throg, the Frog Thor covers that he's doing for $250. They're full penciled full figure on a Thor blank. He's got this awesome painted 25th anniversary cover that's just so cool with the half Venom face and half Spider-Man face. That was only $175. It is awesome. That is a deal and a half for how cool that looks.
Then I got the really big piece. It's huge.
Yep. Then he's
It's
got
12
that
by
basically
18.
12 by 18, basically looks like
There's
a
Spider-Man.
cover. It's got the Spider-Man with his Peter Parker half face.
Yep. Old school with the round glasses. It's got the round
That's
glasses there.
the very Ditko. Yeah, and that one's only $250. So it's got all that stuff available. We'll put all that up on the Facebook page. If anybody wants to pick it up now, though, get it before everybody else sees it because we don't have a ton of people watching right now. So as soon as we post it up there and it's for everybody to see, and a lot of that stuff's going to go. So
don't you show that piece real quick, Sam? See how we were at with it.
Okay, yeah.
He just, yeah.
Just got to work on her face. So I got her hair. I've got part of her costume there. I started on her helmet. Got her 2 wings. Got hair everywhere. So just got to work on those beautiful lips, and then put some more detail. Make the helmet a little bit more shiny. I got it going there.
Yeah.
Put some more detail in the hair. She's got light colored hair, so it's not going to be dark. But I'm just going to put some more hair
Sure.
flowing all over the place.
Great.
It's getting there.
Awesome.
Well, I think we're
Thank
going to
you
call
for
it.
joining me. I
There's other
appreciate
shows
it.
starting, and we're really going to lose everybody anyway. So it's just
Yeah.
us talking.
Yeah. So okay, well, he'll finish this up for you, Annika, and then he'll send them all out to us, and we'll get them all out to you guys. Thank you to Sam for coming on and being a part of this tonight. And
I'll bring
thank you.
everything to Orlando.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
be
right.
there.
We'll get it all from him next Wednesday at MegaCon, and thank you everybody for tuning in who tuned in, and look at those cool pieces he knocked out tonight. Awesome. If anybody, like I said, if anybody wants to see those comics again, you can watch the beginning of this video. And everybody have a great night, and please go out and get vaccinated because I want to see you live and safe. So have a great night. And
Tomorrow
Yeah,
night,
I'll see you at Orlando, but the show will have a mask mandate. You'll see me with my Venom mask. I'll be easy to recognize.
Absolutely, yeah. And remember, David Williams tomorrow night, right here, same bat time, same bat channel. So you guys have a great night. Thank you so much.